So earlier today, Liz Cheney, a fellow Republican, absolutely roasted Matt Gaetz live on national television on CBS. It may not be the kind of roast that gets a ton of attention, but in its subtlety, it absolutely demolished Gaetz.
Pelosi just said it's up to your party to take responsibility for Congressman Matt Gaetz, who, as you know, is undergoing an ethics investigation. Are you ready to call for his resignation? Or are you going to wait?
You know, as the mother of daughters, the charges certainly are sickening. And as the speaker noted, there's an ethics investigation underway. There are also criminal investigations underway. And I'm not going to comment further on that publicly right now, Margaret.
Were you surprised at these allegations?
I'm not going to comment further, Margaret.
Okay. Well, he is one of your chief critics, so I needed to offer you that opportunity, as you well know.
Thank you for the opportunity, Margaret.
All right, Congresswoman, we will leave it there. We'll be back.
And so what you can see there is Liz Cheney being asked about the allegations against Gaetz. Of course, they're very serious. We've talked about them a ton. And what she says is very careful, but also very cutting, very purposeful. She says that, I am sickened by what I've heard. And then when asked about whether Gaetz should resign or not, she keeps her cards close to her chest, saying she doesn't want to comment further on the investigation. And then when the host says, "Are you surprised by these allegations, these stories about Matt Gaetz?" she says, and gives a bit of a smirk, "I don't want to comment further," which is her basically saying, "I'm not surprised." That's what she's saying there. And then when the host says, "Well, Matt Gaetz is one of your harshest critics. I wanted to give you an opportunity to speak," she said, "Thank you very much for the opportunity." And without directly slamming Gaetz, she slammed him extremely hard. You can often blast somebody without directly saying it. And the subtlety is the point. When she says, "I'm not going to comment on whether or not I was surprised," what she's doing is saying, I am not the least bit surprised, because I know Matt Gaetz is a dirty, rotten, lying scumbag creep. That's what she's saying. And she's like, as a woman, as a mother, as a fellow congressperson, I know this guy is dirty. I know that he's dirty criminally and that he's dirty ethically, both in his capacity as a citizen and as a congressman. And I'm not the least bit surprised. And I don't have to say that. I can basically wink it at the host and at all the people watching. And Matt Gaetz fully deserves this, because let's be clear, I am not a defender of Liz Cheney. I mean, I commend her for standing up against her own party. That's a hard thing to do in any political party, but she's not a moderate conservative. I don't support any Republicans. Most Democrats are far too moderate, far too right of center for me. So I'm not going to defend Liz Cheney and her policies and ideology and worldview. But what I will say is she deserves to have a little bit of joy in this moment, because Matt Gaetz has made it his mission to defeat her. In fact, just a little bit ago, a couple months ago now, he went to Wyoming to hold a rally to attack her.
I love Wyoming! I think if Liz Cheney had a rally with all of her supporters, they could likely meet inside one of the elevators in the Capitol and still have plenty of room for social distancing. I want to thank Representative Ocean Andrew. His first day as a state representative was yesterday, and he invited me to be here with all of you today. I'd say that's a pretty good start for the young man. I'll confess to you, this is my first time in Wyoming. I've been here for about an hour, and I feel like I already know the place a lot better than your misguided representative, Liz Cheney.
That's Gaetz going to Wyoming to take shots at Liz Cheney because she voted for impeachment. She was one of the about a dozen or so House Republicans to vote for impeachment, and she was one of the first to speak out in favor of impeachment. and she's long been a critic of Trump, and she's one of the leaders of the congressional team for the Republicans in the House. And so Matt Gaetz went to Wyoming and attacked her. He went on Fox News and attacked her. And all the while, she sort of just stayed silent. And she deserves a little bit of glee in this moment. So Liz, I know you're not speaking out right now, but you and I both know that you are loving this and that you know Matt Gaetz is guilty and that you hope he goes down with the rest of the absolute ghouls. You know, as much as we probably don't like each other, Liz, I think we can both enjoy this moment.